So you hand a book to your student. It says, I see the cat, I see the dog, I see the rat. The pattern repeats. The pictures are huge and your student says every word perfectly. But here's what's actually happening. They're not reading. They're guessing, and those books taught them to do it. I'm going to show you exactly why predictable books train the guessing habit, what the research says, how this damages reading development, and what actually works instead. Predictable books are everywhere, in classroom libraries, guided reading bins, and in leveled reader sets. And they all work the same way. The sentence repeats over and over. The picture gives away what word comes next. And the child says the word even if they can't actually decode it. It looks like reading, it feels like reading, but watch what happens when you cover the picture. Silence. Because they weren't reading the words. They were reading the pattern and the image. And here's where it gets worse. Every time a child uses a predictable book, they're practicing the wrong skill. They memorize the sentence stem, glance at the picture, and guess what word fits. What they're not doing is sounding out, blending, or connecting letters to sounds. And if you've ever wondered why a student can read these books perfectly, but totally freeze on a simple sentence like the cat sat on the mat, this is why. Predictable books build the guessing habit, but don't just take my word for it. Let me show you what the research actually says and how this affects the brain. Research is clear on this. Skilled readers read by connecting letters to sounds quickly and automatically. Struggling readers rely on pictures, context, and memorization because they haven't mastered decoding yet. When we give predictable books to early readers, we're literally teaching them to use the strategies that struggling readers depend on. The National Reading Panel confirmed it, and eye-tracking studies prove it over and over. Real reading comes from decoding, not from context clues or pictures or repeating patterns. Predictable books remove the need to decode. And the longer kids use them, the harder it becomes to break this habit. Eventually they hit a wall where memorizing stops working and they fall behind. So if predictable books are the problem, what's the alternative? It's simpler than you think. Decodable books. Books where students can actually read every word because they've been taught how. And here's what changes when you switch to decodables. They reinforce the phonics patterns they're teaching, whether it's CVC words, digraphs, blends, or vowel teams. They build real confidence because kids are actually decoding instead of guessing. They support fluency because students get to practice those patterns over and over in connected text. The text does the heavy lifting, not the pictures. Now, before you think I'm saying pictures are the enemy, let me clarify something important. Pictures support comprehension, they build background knowledge, and they absolutely matter. But they can't be a strategy for reading words. In a strong decodable, kids read the words first and then look at the picture to confirm or enhance their understanding, not the other way around. If your student is looking at the picture before they're reading the word, that's your sign it's time to switch to decodables. And if you want a deeper dive into how you can choose and use decodable readers effectively, I've got a full video breaking it down. I'll link it below. When you're ready to make the switch to decodables, here's exactly what you need to look for. You want something that aligns with your phonics instruction and uses controlled vocabulary, so it only includes words the student has learned to decode. It should build cumulatively, reinforcing old patterns while introducing new ones. And the sentences should sound natural, not robotic. You want success, not confusion. You want brain pathways that support fluent automatic reading. Here's the truth. Predictable books are everywhere, but they're not working. They teach guessing, they delay decoding, and they create habits we have to undo later. But there's a better way. Use decodables that match what you've taught. Build confidence through real success and trust the science. I've got a free starter pack of decodable recommendations and full lesson plans linked below. Make the switch today. If this shifted your thinking, hit subscribe. I'll be breaking down more reading instruction myths next week. And check out my full playlist, Common Reading Practices That Fail, where I expose other methods holding your students back. Let's replace guessing with reading, one word at a time.